Hello everybody! I'm excited, I hope you're excited too, because today we are starting Blackstone Fortress. I have been wanting to play this game forever. I haven't had a chance. I've been busy. We had another kid, I bought a house. It's just been crazy and insane. But now that we're all settled in, now that I have my shop all the way that I wanted, I can focus on this. And that is exciting to me indeed. If you don't know what Blackstone Fortress is, it is essentially a dungeon crawler set in the Warhammer 40k universe. And I'm excited. It's set on this giant, huge Blackstone Fortress that's a space station. It's mysterious and alien, and nobody knows where it comes from. And all the design of it is just sexy. That being said, I'm in a rush to play this game, but I want to do it justice. I want to play this game visually in a way that's just fun. I'm not going to play with, unpainted models. Not because I'm a snob, but because I'm a painter. So we're going to be starting off with these guys. These are Traitor Guard, and these are their first incarnation in the 40k catalog of models, and I am absolutely in love with these guys. This is the reason I really wanted this game. Before I bought the box, I actually went out on eBay and bought a set of these guys because I wanted them. I didn't know if I'd be able to afford the box set because, it is expensive. And it's going to be great. There are 7 of these guys individually in terms of unique models, and there are 2 of each. So there are 2 Flamer guys, 2 Squad Leader guys, 2 Grenadiers, so on and so forth. And they're just great models. Now, I want to talk about what we're going to do. I'm going to be picking these up in a grimdark style that is largely just dark with pops of brightness and color to really kind of set them off. Really muted tones except for the highlights, things that I want to really draw your attention to. And that's going to be a thing. Otherwise, I'm going to be following the color scheme for the box art. Just more grimdark and less, obviously cartoony. We don't want that, do we? But I have a problem. While I love these models, and I do, I hate the bases. I don't like the way the Games Workshop painted them up. I think it's lazy in that it doesn't require a lot of skill and interest, and I think that the bases could have been much more decorative in terms of their design. And for me, I want to play this game on something better, frankly, than these little cardboard squares. And long term, I'm going to be modeling and printing out my own set of these because I want them. And I realize that right now I do not have time for that. I want to play this game sooner than that's going to let me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on building little base toppers for these guys. I'll be cutting them off of their little sprue wedges at some point here, and then gluing on little base toppers, gluing them to it. And I've done a couple of test versions of what this could look like in terms of what the material is of the Blackstone Fortress. And I've settled on this really dark blue rich material that I think will work well and will give it that layered stone, almost glass obsidian appearance, and that's really good. For each one of these bases, though, the trick is I want to make these models unique from each other, but I don't want to spend a ton of time on it. So what I'll be doing is using the tiles themselves to pick certain areas that are going to be the look for each of the bases. Now, I'm only going to build 7 for the Traitor Guard. For some of the more unique characters, for the Urgals, they'll have their own. For the Spindle Drones, they'll have their own. For the Chaos Space Marine characters, they'll have their own. For the Negavolt Cultists, they'll have their own. But for these guys, I have a total of, 28 total Traitor Guard. I'm not going to design 28 individual bases. That's ridiculous. I just don't have time for that. So what I will do is I'm going to pick, let's say, this mag lift, this skull throne area, this ritual area, this chaos board area, and I'll just remove these for example. And when I paint up this flamer guy and do his base, I'll do each one of these, and then when I paint up the other batch, I'm going to alternate them and then do that again. And with 7 bases, that should give me enough to have variety between all of them so that at least on their bases they look a little bit different. Since I'm going to be painting these up in batches of 7, I expect that they'll look a little bit different. Some will look better than others. Others will not look as good. I'll be adding some stripes and things like I've seen on Midwinter Minis. I think that they did a good job with it. So we'll be adding a little bit of extra splashes of colors just to break up the squads and things like that. But it's going to be good. So let's talk about what that looks like, because you know this video is all about having a plan, because this is going to take weeks to get everything ready the way that I like it. So this is a video for the plan for next week's video, as well as what we're going to be doing afterwards. So for right now, I was really impressed by this, you know, pit of skulls that they have here. It's going to be a little bit tricky to put in there, but I suspect if I can just have the guy standing here and here with his feet straddling that pit a little bit, whichever guy is on there, I think that that's going to work. This effect here, while I don't love this, and I haven't liked the 3D printed versions of this, I think I can do something like this that I can add detail to in terms of paint that will make this work as a surface. I don't intend to have it flat. Less of this, more of this. This kind of stepped look I think looks a little bit better. After I've built out that, we're going to use that same template to do this little occult circle, what have you, which is going to have some skulls and some candles. And some blood. This is going to be an object source light thing, which I've never done. Super excited to try. I have found that I'm a big fan of these Chaos Cruiser deck plates. So I'll be modeling these up. Long term, like I said, I'm going to be building out these tiles. So it makes sense for me to just model up, you know, this one and this one, because that's really the only 2 on there. And then I can just print out a bunch of them, assemble it on here, and cut it up and Dremel it and do whatever I have to. Obviously, I'm not going to put any like Games Workshop sigils on this. The arrows, I think, are general enough that they can fight that if they want. I really like this effect that they have, where they have this what looks like a giant D20 recessed into the ground, and it has these just deep, just sliced into the ground divots that are just really down into the ground, and have these little just hexes chipped out. It's almost like this thing is built out of triangular pieces, and you can kind of sort of see the seams, but not really. It's going to be a really fun effect. This broken Blackstone slab, I think, is really cool, so we're going to probably do something with that. Of course, we're going to be doing some, you know, debris and blood and all that fun stuff, and try and replicate this circuitry where I can. For the ground and some of the debris, I do want to do these kind of geometric combined cuboid shapes that I think are just really cool looking, and we'll make that work. So, all right, so that's the plan. That's going to be the videos for the next at least 4 weeks. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you like this video and you're excited, if you're as excited as I am to see what we're going to be doing with this Blackstone Fortress set, hit that subscribe button as well as ring that bell right next to it. If you like the video, leave a like. Very much appreciate it. The base toppers are going to be available on Thingiverse, so keep an eye there. You can follow me there. I'm a synthetic black. Once again on Thingiverse, link down below. I appreciate your support, I appreciate your viewership, and I look forward to seeing your reaction to what we're going to be building.